My name is Officer Carter. I work with the Houston Police Department. I'm assigned to our DWI Task Force Division. Been on the department approximately 7 years, about to go on to 8 years here pretty soon. We were traveling southbound on 59, which is Southwest Freeway near Lakewood Church. I was telling my partner that at this time, be careful when you're driving on the roadway between 2 a.m. and so on, because this is a lot of times when you get your drunk drivers. We got up to the Newcastle exit. We're going southbound on 59. We got up to Newcastle. We see my partner sees an individual walking on the freeway. But at this time, we were in the far left lane, so we got on the radio, dispatched out that there was an individual walking on the freeway. We got back up to the Newcastle exit. We see the same individual that we saw previously. At this time, there was a wrecker truck on scene, and a car had hit the concrete barrier facing the wrong way. I'm walking back to my patrol vehicle after speaking with my partner. You see HFD had walked down towards me, and I'm telling him, hey, I have an individual in my back seat. He's just been involved in looks like a one-car crash. Just need to check him out. HFD was talking to the guy. I hear a screeching of tires. Next thing I know, I hear an individual screaming. I turn around. Before I knew it, there was a car right up on me. The headlights were facing right on me. I had less than a second to react to the situation. If I would have froze still, that the car would have ran me over and probably would have taken my life, and I wouldn't be here today. It seemed at that time it seemed to me that time had slowed down. In my mind, it seemed like everything had slowed down in slow motion to me, because I was thinking of all the options that I could have done to avoid getting hit by this car. I knew if I would have dove to the right, it would have pinned between my car and her car, pinned me between both cars, and I probably still wouldn't be here today. But through the grace of God protecting over me, I jumped up. In an instant, as soon as I seen the headlights, I jumped in the air. The car hit me on my side. I was able to reach out to the concrete wall and propel myself over to the over the concrete wall there. In my opinion, I thought the fall was just from here to maybe the ground here that it is now, but it was actually farther than what I thought it was, and I'm falling, and I just kept thinking to myself, when am I going to stop falling? I hit the ground, flew off the freeway, hit the ground. I was 5 feet from actually hitting the concrete. I remember turning over onto my stomach when I came to, because I had knocked myself out and knocked all the air out of my breath. I couldn't breathe, and all I could do was revert back to my training and just dispatch for help. My radio was right next to me, and I remember reaching out to my radio, and with the little air that I had left into me, I screamed out my unit number, which was 96025, and telling the dispatcher that I had just been hit, escaped from the scene. As I'm standing there, laying there on the ground, all I could do was just pray that everything was all right, because I could not feel my arms, I couldn't feel my legs, I couldn't feel none of my body. I remember HFD shows up, cutting my clothes off of me, transported me in an ambulance, and taking me over to Memorial Hermann, where they worked on me. Came to and injured my back, and I broke my T11 and my T12 in my spine, as well as my L1 in my spine and my lumbar spine, and I also severely bruised my tailbone. I also have swelling on my left leg, from when she hit me in her car, and my ankles, well, actually both of my ankles were sprung as well too, from the crash.